Hi nail friends, it's Miranda and welcome to my channel, Corgis, Wine, and Nails. I do have a Corgi, his name's Ryder, and he is currently eating his dinner, but he'll probably be over here barking during my video soon. And then we have some wine, a little bit of rosé tonight. But the nail part of our video, the most important part, I just got this package from Triple D, which is Doty's Dips and Decals, and I really love this company, and I love the woman that runs it. She's really awesome. She does these collections, and I'll tell you about them. I'm actually going to open this up, and we can look at it together. She does these collections, which are pals sets, and they're super cool because they're coordinated and they're really affordable. And they're always super gorgeous. So she was so sweet to gift these to me to try, and I'm just like so super thankful. Oh, and she's really sweet now, you guys. I love Doty, she's the best. So if you don't know about Triple D, I'm gonna put the info for them in the description box so you can check them out. This video is actually going to be a shaping video. I get a lot of questions about how I shape my nails, and so I got some new dips in the mail, and we're gonna use them for shaping. Well, we're gonna use them for my mani, and then I'll be shaping and showing you how I shape. Oh my God, I didn't know that she was gonna send this. Okay, so let me show you. There's certain, there's kind of, I guess you could say, two levels of the Pals collections. There's a Pals, which is 3 coordinating dips that are always super gorgeous. And then these amazing decals that she makes, and they go with the theme. So this month's theme is Ocean Tales. So this is the Ocean Tales Pal collection. And we have Sirens Call, Smooth Sailing, and Mermaid Scales, which is like the cutest names, right, for kind of an ocean theme collection. And I'll show you the colors here shortly, and you'll see them on my hands when I start shaping and finishing up my mani. But look how cute these decals are. I hope that this is gonna focus. Oh my gosh, there's little like whale tails and mermaids, sharks, little like tropical Hawaiian flowers. Like I think that's called hibiscus. I'm probably terrible. It looks like sea kelp and coral and seahorses. Oh my God, how cute are these seahorses? And some palm trees and some little anchors. And there's 2 colors. So it looks like this one is a metallic teal, and it's so gorge. And then another set of them that are a navy. And these are adorable. Oh my gosh. Really loving this and excited for it. When you get the Pals set, there's another option that's called Pals Plus, and it comes with a chrome. So look how cool this chrome is. I'm gonna have to try it out. And I didn't know it was coming. I thought I was getting the basic Pals set, and it's just a couple bucks more to get this really nice chrome, and a little goes a long way if you've ever worked with chrome before. So this really made my day. Thank you, Doty. I had no idea. It was a nice surprise. But when you get the Pals Plus, they're generally limited supply because of the chrome. So that sells out quick, and I experienced that actually. Oh, and here's the little applicator for the chrome, right? So everything you need to get your mani started. So I'm gonna open these up, but I'm gonna tell you, so I got the Vegas Pals collection last month, and I'm obsessed with every color. You probably, if you have seen, if you're finding this video because you're part of like the nail communities on Facebook, I'm like hyperactive in all of them, but I really loved all the colors in the Vegas Pals collection. And so there was two. There was a classy set and a sassy set, and I got the plus with one set because the chrome was identical for both sets, but I ended up getting basically a Pals Plus and then a Pals set so that I could have all of the newly released collection. And it was such a good decision. I had just boarded a plane. Here, let me show you because I'm like talking too much. Ooh, what a cute teal, right? And so I just boarded a plane and she released them like right at noon, and I was about to take off at like 12:04 or something like that. This one's smooth sailing. Hopefully I'm staying in focus. And so I went for it. I was like, I'm gonna get the one with the chrome too and get the whole collection, both collections. And I'm so glad I did because as soon as my flight landed, I was looking back at the Triple D page and people were saying they weren't able to get the plus. And so I was like, oh gosh, I'm so glad I didn't hesitate and just got it because that chrome is really cool too. So here's Mermaid Scales. And oh, it's such a fun chunky glitter. So you may have noticed I have a thing for chunky glitters and this looks insane. Oh, I love it. So this one's teal. This one's kind of like a sea ocean color, and it looks like it has shimmer in it. This teal looks flat. This one looks like it has a shimmer, like a really pretty like tealish blue light though shimmer to it, kind of like in a more green toned tealy green minty kind of color. And then this gorgeous glitter dip. Oh, it's so fun. And it says the Mermaid Scales. It really looks kind of like scales a little bit. So we'll see what that looks like once it's on my fingers. So adorable decals and the super cool chrome. I'm gonna do the swatches so that they're here for us to look at, but really the main part of this video is going to be my shaping. So stay tuned. So now we have a clean nail. You'll notice I removed the dip that I had on previously, and we're gonna get into the shaping segment of our video. I wanted to show you a little bit of, I guess, the before the dip, right? Like the pre-shaping. I generally don't invest a lot of time in pre-shaping. And the reason why is because I change my dip color every 2 to 4 days, and the way I do that is because I use a pill base. So I don't recommend it for everyone. I do think that for people that do switch colors pretty often, and they're gonna be, you know, like I guess self-aware about, you know, how to remove it and not to force, you know, popping off your dip manicure when you're wearing a peel base, kind of just like taking all the like right precautions, then yeah, so my shape stays pretty, I guess the point of what I'm trying to say is my shape stays like pretty maintained because I do my nails so often. Now, if you are trying to wear your mani for over a week, then as you get new growth, your shape's going to need adjustment every time you do a new mani. So especially if you're someone that likes to wear your mani for 2 weeks, right? Like you're gonna have to kind of like reassess every time you do your mani. So I wanted to talk to you about, I just did mine, I think Sunday night, and then today is Wednesday night, and I'm doing a new mani because I've got these awesome Ocean Tails colors from Triple D. And here's where I think I can maybe give you a little bit of some things to think about when you're trying to shape. If you're starting with your natural nail or a tip, then of course you want to get a head start before you dip, because it will take you a million years to try to shape from a square or an oval or something else. You're going to want to do the pre-work, right? Generally, you'll probably notice mine are in more of a little kind of like coffin shape, maybe. I guess it's really progressed to coffin at this point. I started trying with like tapered square, which is like a little more slight than coffin. But it's, as my nails are growing, then they definitely look more coffin, and I like it. The thing is, so as your nail grows out, then it's gonna be, you know, wide here as it grows out, and then you're gonna have to cut in. And I should talk about what kind of files to use. Let's pause. Let's talk about files. So I got a big 10 pack of all of these files, which you can see some of them are well loved. These are great. They're on Amazon. They were pretty inexpensive. I want to say they were under 10 bucks for like 10, right? So not so bad, and they last a really long time. It came with 2 of like each shape. This one is the one that you don't want to use if you're trying to do a coffin shape. And I mean, you could probably get by, but I don't recommend it. This one here, this wide rectangle one, is awesome. And the reason is because it's wide that it really stays rigid while you're trying to do those like, I don't want to say sharp, but it kind of is like those really like straight lines. And this is too flexible. And you can even see where it kind of like, you know, bent from like trying to do it. And so you'll see like, as you're trying to shape, you'll keep getting like a curve and a curve because this will kind of flex around your nail. And I just don't think it's the right one to use. So I think these thicker ones are good. You know, clearly I don't use these edges that are rounded. I always use the flat surface of all of them, or the flat edge of all of them. And so right now, like this one's like the one I've been kind of like using the most because I've been working through some of these files, and after a while, you know, they get worn down. So starting with that, then the idea is, see, this one has a straight edge, and it's really the last of my batch that I'm using because it's not bad as far as flexing, but it's definitely not as like thin as these. And so just keep that in mind, like the wider they are, the better. And really these rectangle ones were my favorite out of this batch. Okay, so what I do, and I'm hoping you can see, is if I was gonna pre-shape, let's say I'm trimming these down, and I will maybe just a little bit for your benefit. And what I'm doing is, I hope you can tell, because I know it's not the right angle. Normally I'd be like this, resting my hand probably. And then this is gonna be flat this way. I'm doing exactly a T to my finger. So I'm trying to show you, but I'm literally doing a T, perpendicular to my finger, right? And it makes a really nice flat edge. Don't be scared to have that flat edge because when you dip, it's going to add bulk. So make it flat, make them sharp. It'll be okay because you can always set it out, you know, like adjust once you dip, because you're gonna have to anyways. Like, kind of that's part of why I don't do a lot of pre-shaping. Granted, I do my nails so often, they kind of stay, you know, maintained pretty well, but I don't do a lot of pre-shaping because when I do dip and I kind of have the general shape already, then it's going to add bulk and I'm going to be shaping again. So you'll see later. And I'm going to try not to make this video a million years. I'm the queen of just talking too much. So here, I hope you guys can see this. The angle that I'm at, the widest part of my nail is where this, I think it's called a smile line, where the nail meets my finger, the bed of my finger, right? That's the widest part of my nail. And so I want this file to go right to that edge and in. So if you have a nail that's already square to start with, you're gonna kind of start going like and then finally you're gonna get to this point where you're like, okay, here, I'm meeting this edge of my nail and making sure that's the widest part, and then the direction is filing in. And so when you're doing this though, you're gonna keep going both sides and adjust. And I think what's important is, yes, looking at your hand straight on like this is great. You should be looking like this at your hand too. So look back towards yourself and really like see, like, is this all looking right? are the widths of my tips lining up with each other, like as far as how wide the tip is, where that flat surface is. You know, you want to have like some consistency because that's what's aesthetically pleasing. So doing the edges in like this and making sure that that's the widest part is the way that you're going to get that really nice coffin shape that you're looking for. And then just going straight across makes that nice flat tip, and it's not going to be like a sharp tip when you're like functioning with your day-to-day, because the dip is going to soften that up with the bulk of the product being on your nail. So don't worry that like you're gonna have like sharp edges and like scratching things. I really doubt that that's gonna happen. So one thing to think about too is when, as you do get length and you're trying to, you know, like maintain your shape once you start getting your coffin shape the way that you like it, is that when you shorten your nails every time, you're going to have to think about making a steeper angle in. And the reason being is because when you shorten the nail, then you're now making this tip, that free edge there, wider. And so you'll have to kind of counterbalance now that width and make a new sharper angle to make it look more like a coffin for the shorter that your nail is. As they get longer, then, so like as they're shorter, you have to do in more. As they get longer, you're gonna have to go, you know, out more so that that tip is the right size. Because if we do two angles when you have a really long one, you're gonna end up with like a stiletto or something, you know? So I hope that makes sense. And how to kind of like balance out once you go shorter. So now I made this one a little bit shorter, and I would want to bring it in a little bit because I want to make sure it still looks like a little coffin shape. And I have, you know, not the most perfect hands. That nail's kind of a little crooked and like super curved. I have really super curved nails, you guys, like so curved. I don't even know if you can tell what's happening here, but they're like really, really, really C-shaped, and I kind of have like an apex to my natural nail. So this is how I'm filing for me. I think if you have a flatter nail, it's actually probably a lot easier, because I think I have to make like some over corrections to get that same look that other ladies get that have flatter nails. So just gonna finish this one up right quick and do, since I made that one shorter, then you can tell now it looks wider and it loses that coffin shape. So I'm gonna kind of do in a little and make sure that that's the widest point that my angle in starts, is where my nail meets the bed of my nail, or my finger. And then bringing it in here just a little bit too, angled in. And then always kind of check and make sure you kind of have a consistency with your free edge. Can I make that help a little bit? So that they don't look, you know, odd. And then with my thumb, see, and I do mine super straight. I had someone ask me, and I thought it was interesting that she asked me, I was glad she reached out, because she PM'd me and she was like, are you going like this? Because they look kind of curved. And I get that they do from the angle of the camera and the fact that my nail's already curved, but I'm literally going just straight. I'm like holding this like completely straight and straight and straight. And that's how I'm getting that really nice coffin shape. So since my nail is curved, then I also have to correct underneath because it'll look like a hook. I hope that makes sense. So if you have similar nails like me, then I also have to do a little bit of filing to lift that, that kind of hook shape that kind of starts to happen. And I have to kind of keep thinking about making sure that it doesn't impact the look from the top view as I try to correct the side view of it. Yeah, like that one looks hooked. I don't know if you can tell. So now that's how my hand's gonna look. I'll do probably not really any pre-shaping on this hand. And once I do my dipping, then it will all be under control. This hand was already maybe just a smidge longer anyways, because my left generally does grow longer than my right hand, because my right hand I use and break nails more. Okay, so when we get back, we're gonna do shaping with the dip on. So I've done my dip application, and I absolutely love these powders. They're super fine, and this chunky glitter dip is already so gorgeous, you guys. I haven't even put top coat, nothing on here. This is already like just outrageous, and it was so easy as far as chunky glitters go. I've never had any experience like this that is so easy to use. The larger flakes in it are really flexible, and they sit when you pat them down after you apply your base and do your dip and do the lay flat method. They literally just like adhere, like no sticking up weird. They just are like, oh, melt onto your nail. So anyways, okay, I'll show you how great all of these colors look here shortly, but I saved my pinky nail. I've already gone ahead and shaped and buffed and cleaned up around my cuticles with my nail drill. So I'm gonna show you on my pinky. And I'm sorry guys, this is the closest I can get my camera to zoom, so I'm hoping you can see. I'm actually using the rectangle file, even though it's like been loved, because I think it's easier to show you what I mean when I'm saying that I really like these rectangle files. So I'm literally filing at an angle with this area here being the widest part of my nail, my starting point, and then making it straight. Just straight, 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 straight. I do have to go under just a little to get that hook out, like I told you before, since my nail is so curved, but you ladies with flat nails probably don't have that problem. So let me see if I can turn and do this where you can see it. I can't see as well, but you can. Okay, so literally, like I'm not moving my file all over the place. I'm keeping it one spot at the edge of my nail and bringing it in. And then, I do like the way that looks, but I do want to take off a little bit of this side, just a little bit. And so, bringing it in. But I'm not going do. I'm keeping it straight. And then I'm going completely perpendicular. Let's see if I can do it this way so you can see it. Literally a T to my nail, and again, don't flex like this. Keep it completely horizontal and perpendicular to your nail if your hand is flat like this. And it gives that nice clean flat line. So when you go like this with your hand, they like all match up like, do you know what I mean? It'll look better once my hand's actually done. I know you're probably like, whatever, Miranda. Just kind of doing a little double check there. Okay, so now that I've shaped this pinky, I want to buff, and my buffer blocks are a little loved on too. And I got a brand new one, but I don't know how to explain it. That blue one's not good. I like this orange one. Sorry if you hate this noise. I'm sure it doesn't sound good on camera. Look how easy this color was to buff. I'm like barely buffing it. Look, it's gorgeous. Look, I didn't hardly, like honestly, if I didn't even want to do any cuticle work, I could get away with it, but we're going to, because I like having really nice, super clean cuticles that look like the polish, or the dip, I'm sorry, is like literally coming off of your nail, growing out of your hand. Okay, so this bit that I use is rounded on the tip. I'll show you just a second, the close up. And I have an actual video of my whole process. So for some of you that have seen that video, it was my very first video here on my channel, and it's absolutely not professional, but you may have noticed none of my videos are professional. It's just me goofing off and doing my nails and drinking wine. So anyways, that's my whole process, and so you'll see exactly what I'm doing there. So when I'm using my little drill, this is a less than $20 drill on eBay, or I'm sorry, Amazon, best thing ever. And then I invested in nice drill bits, and I can tell you more about those, or I could just leave the links, I guess, down in the description. And so I kind of keep it, I mean, it's not flat to my nail, obviously, but I do try to keep like a nice, like gradient for the incline, I guess you could say. Like, okay, so I keep it, like I'm not going like this, right? I'm like, it's much more shallow, I guess you could say, how I'm filing. And it does touch my cuticle area, but I'm not digging. I'm like brushing it gently and taking off any of the bulk in my cuticle area, so that it looks like the color is coming out of my hand, like growing out of my hand, right? Isn't that what we all hope and dream of? Oh, so hold on, let me show you the bit. So, if you see my other video, you'll see this too. This is from like a 12-piece little like manicure drill bit set, cuticle set, and pedicure set. And so there's some that are even tinier than this. That one's kind of like a raindrop on the end. And then this one is more cylinder, but it's rounded. And I don't know what these colors mean, but it's two little blue lines. The other one didn't have any lines. Okay, so back to doing this. And you guys, if you feel like you're not in control, if you feel like the drill is running things and you're not in charge, slow down your speed. Use the little control button there and turn the knob, the dial down, because you should feel like you're the one taking off this excess bulk, not that your drill is just like digging in or damaging your nail or taking too much product off. So look, that was done. And here's my last favorite one. This one looks like a teardrop. You can kind of maybe hopefully tell. It's like very pointy, and so it like, this one is the last one, literally just makes like you've taken down any bulk, just like gradually, and then this one's like zip, cleans everything up real nice. So, let me do that real quick, and this one I do kind of get right in that crevice where the product and where my cuticle meet, and I try to gently just touch, just not dig, just barely touch, and let it take off the product, so then you get just like the tiniest little ridge of nail, a natural nail that shows through, and it just makes everything look really sharp and clean around the edge. Like you don't have any jaggedness where the product, I hope that was in focus, where the product meets. So then last step for me is then I will buff again, because since I was drilling right there in that area, I want to buff again and soften in case there's any kind of like ridges or anything left there. And just gently around the cuticle area, and then kind of bring it down for one kind of final buffing. But you guys, powder is so nice. It literally doesn't even need hardly any buffing. It was crazy. Okay, so that is my final nail. It's all dusty. Let me wipe the edge with the edge of the towel and see if I can get you a closer up look of how it came out. And I think that when you have really great products that you're using and really nice powders, it makes the world of difference when you're trying to do your shaping and filing. You honestly, you'll have a head start when you're using really nice products. And I don't think I really have to tell you, I think you hopefully can see that this powder from Triple D was awesome to use. I did 3 dips, full coverage, so easy to buff, so easy to file. I mean, I don't know what else you would look for in a powder. Like, the color payoff is amazing, and then just so nice to use and not burdensome. And then for this glitter, for a chunky glitter like this, it blew me away. So let me get cleaned up, and I'm gonna do the chrome on these 2 nails, and then I'll show you the final product. So here's our completed mani. You may notice I did switch up the colors. I changed my mind and wanted to switch to a different color combination here. So what I have, and I'm hoping that this will focus, is Sirens Call on my pointer and my pinky. And then I have Smooth Sailing with the chrome over it. It looks really pretty. I'm gonna keep trying that chrome. I'm actually not very good with chrome, so I'm a little inexperienced, I guess I should say. So I think it turned out nice. And then how gorgeous is this glitter, you guys? This glitter dip is Mermaid Scales, and there's all these amazing iridescent circles in there, and there's pops of like a corally pink glitter, all with the teal and green reflections, and it just looks so beautiful. I'm really, really in love with the color palette that Dodie chose for this collection, and this is definitely, Sirens Call is my all-time favorite teal. I mean, look at it. It's crazy. It's so good. So I definitely think that if you like teals, if you like glitters, if you like to have coordinated colors, then you should definitely check out Triple D and the Pals collections that they put out every month. They release them the first of the month, and I believe that the regular Pals set with the 3 dips and the really cute decals is $21. And then to get the Pals Plus, I want to say it's $24 to get the chrome. But usually the packs with the chrome sell out pretty quickly. So definitely sign up to join the Facebook community so that you'll know when the new releases are coming. And I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. And stay tuned if you want to see up-close swatches. So this is Mermaid Scales, and this is with 3 dips, this is with 1 dip, so you could use it as a topper, and it would look amazing to any, flat or shimmer color that you have that you want to, liven up with some beautiful glitter. On my nails, I did do 3 dips, and I think it looks fantastic. I hope you guys like this one. All right, so here is the chrome on Sirens Call and then on Smooth Sailing. And it's gorgeous. You can definitely still see the original color, like the tone and everything. Through it, it just really gives it a little extra oomph and has a really beautiful chrome effect. All right, so this one is Sirens Call, And this one is Smooth Sailing, like you saw on my hand earlier. Both gorgeous, gorgeous teal toned colors. They're kind of in the same color family, but Sirens Call leans more blue and Smooth Sailing leans more green, like a seafoam, like a deep seafoam green. And Sirens Call is more like a really gorgeous teal that leans a little bit more blue. So here is all of my swatches together, just so you can see all the different combinations that you can make. This was the one dip of the Mermaid Scale, 3 dips of Mermaid Scale. Oops, slipping, I can't hold all these. This is Smooth Sailing with Chrome, Sirens Call, and Sirens Call with Chrome. And they're all slipping. Hopefully you can tell that you've got a really fun color palette here to work with and lots of options to mix and match.